Police claim to have prevented dozens of planned killings and threats after arresting the man they allege created an encrypted communication app used by global underworld. The major operation into a secret encrypted app called Ghost resulted in the arrest of Jay Je Yoon Jung at his family's home at Narwee in Sydney South. The 32-year-old has appeared in court this morning and didn't apply for bail. The AFP alleges crime syndicates using the app include Italian, Korean and Middle Eastern organised crime gangs, as well as outlaw motorcycle gangs.
The AFP was able to mitigate 50 threats to life, and with those, it's a range of threats from aggravated assault to extortion, kidnapping to actual threats to life. There was, on one occasion, we could see over the platform an image of a person who had a firearm to their head. We had an hour in which to respond to that threat and pass that information to our state and territory partners to mitigate that threat.
7:30 was given exclusive access to the final days of the AFP's operation, and investigative reporter Rhianna Whitson was part of that investigation, and she's with me in the studio. Hi, Rhianna. So what have the police told you about the Sydney man charged and the encrypted messaging platform the AFP allege he created and administered?
Well, the 32-year-old Jay Je Yoon Jung, he is described as an unassuming fellow. He lives in the Sydney suburb of Narwee in southern Sydney. Very quiet, suburban Sydney street. Lives with his parents, who the AFP say were unaware of any wrongdoing. He worked a day job. The AFP described him today as a bit of a computer geek, but the AFP alleged that he created an encrypted messaging platform called Ghost about 9 years ago. Now, this platform had a public-facing website. It was advertised as being very secure, even tamper-proof, and the AFP alleged that there were 8 resellers. And over the 9 years, they say that 800 phones with the app installed on it were sold. And at the time of the raid, 600 of these devices were still active, most of them in Australia, but they were also sold in Sweden, Ireland, Canada and Italy. They cost about $2,500 each to purchase. You or I wouldn't be able to buy one of these phones. You had to be in the know. It was by word of mouth. And the AFP allege that Jung made millions of dollars from this app. We spoke to AFP Head of Operations, Paula Hudson, last week.
We'll be alleging that this platform is solely being used for criminality and serious organised crime, drug trafficking, drug importation, tobacco trafficking, firearms trafficking, money laundering, and really concerningly, those threats to life and to harm, threatening to murder, threatening to harm, standover tactics, and criminals seeking to do damage to people.
So how did the AFP find out about the app, Rhianna?
Well, they got a tip-off from French law enforcement in 2021. From then, the Operation Kraken was formalised in 2022, and there was a small team at the AFP, who the AFP affectionately call the Uber nerds, and it took them until March this year to crack the app. And in that time, in the last 6 months, they were able to read about 125,000 messages in real time. Now, they were able to infiltrate the app through the alleged administrator. They won't say exactly how, but we spoke to the operational commander, Rob Nelson, last week.
Some of our techs were able to identify the opportunity to use the access that he had and the fact that he was regularly pushing updates out to these devices for us to be able to infiltrate the network and access those devices and the information that was on them.
So this story, Operation Kraken, 3-year investigation, plenty more to unfold here, Roz. As he said before, the alleged administrator didn't apply for bail. So far, they've arrested about 38 people, with more to come today.